Well, it's been in the steam box long enough, so I'm going to take the comb out first and bend it. So be sure to wear gloves without holes in it. Steam will find the holes. Don't put your hand up above there. Steam's curling out, it'll burn you. Just be careful with the steam. So let's go with it. See if I can get my fingers in there. So I line up the centers here, but actually I don't line up the centers. I put the center of the comb about 1/4 inch that way, and then it ends up in the middle. Some quirk of the universe, I guess. I just pad that and crank it in. And you got about a minute or so to bend it. So that's a lot of time if you've got everything ready out here. If you don't, it's not very much time. And then I just crank her in like that. And I look and see if it got about the same distance right here. I look at the center, make sure it's in the center, and I'm off about a 1/16. No big deal, but I'll show you what to do if you're off. So that's about it right there. Now I'll crank it back in. And that looks good. I'll take it off and show you the back of it. This is not a hard bend right here. In 30 years I've never broke one of these. So you can see, nice and perfect that is, not a wood fiber that's up on it. Okay, to the arm rail. So I'm going to line up the center line there. Let me put that peg in first. And I'm going to drive the wedge in from the left side. I'm going to pull the right side first. If I put it in from the right side and pull the right side first, it'd loosen the wedge. That wasn't a brake, that was something moving. Brakes sound much worse than that. Redone these forms so many times that I get my holes all screwed up. I need to take time one day and redo all of them. Well, I don't even need a wedge in that one. That's tight. So, center stayed good. Let's see. I take that out because when you drive that in, this is all wet, it flattens it. And if you take it out right now, then it'll swell back up and you won't have to deal with that flat later. So one thing I'm going to look at, see if it's twisted bad with me. And it's not. Because bending a thin piece like this, where it's wide in this plane and thin this way, it can twist up with you real bad. But that one didn't. And so we'll look at the how good the bend was. I'll put my glasses on for this one so I can look real close. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's perfect. There's not a wood fiber that's lifted on the whole thing. So it's good bending white oak, is what that is. Good bending white oak. Now these handholds right here, I want to make sure they lightly tilt out. And so right now, at this moment, I'll look at them, and this one's got a little gap on the inside, tight on the outside, which is what I want. This one's same thing. Little gap on the inside, tight on the outside. If they didn't match, or if one of them tilted the wrong way, I'd put a little wedge under it and put a clamp down on it. But so they slightly are tilting out. So this is going to be up in the chair when I built the chair. When I built the chair with this arm rail, which is not going to be the one that I'm doing. But okay. So this one's a little bit more difficult to do by myself than the other ones, but I end up kind of doing it. It works okay. As you see, I bend it from one side all the way around to the other. It gives you a lot more leverage like that when you're bending a piece this big. And see the power that it takes to pull that around. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, let's see here. I think I'm going to pop a little peg in right there and a wedge just so that center doesn't come off. Hold it up tight and get back right here. Yeah, there's no hurry on anything now. I've already stretched the wood fibers and got them bent, so I could do whatever I want. So make sure we're down on the form, and we are. So I'll let this sit like this for a day, and then tomorrow I can take this clamp off, take the strap off, use pegs and wedges to lock it in, and then it can just sit over there and dry. I'll leave it for a day because right now if I tried to do that, it would spring way back on me and I'd have trouble pulling it back on the form. But tomorrow the spring back will be minimal and I'll be able to do that. So so there we go. We got the parts bent and ready to go to whatever's next.